We are back.
We are back. Very much. Episode 2.
Very much. Wow. Episode 2 already?
Can we even explain? Okay, like very much. People are probably like, what does this mean?
Very much.
It's just very much the Very Much podcast.
Yeah, it's very much what's going on. Very much best friend. Very much us.
Basically, just very much.
Yeah.
There's no other way to explain it.
Yeah, very much. You can literally just very much.
Oh my goodness, it's episode 2.
Okay.
How do you feel?
I feel like a very much girl. It's very much episode 2. Yeah. Like, wow.
We're here. Live
We're here.
in the flesh. Live in the studio.
Okay, so what are we talking about today?
Very much sisterhood.
Okay.
Ooh, sisterhood. And like, that's such a broad statement, but I just want to get into it because I've definitely had my fair share of trauma.
Okay.
When it comes to
Girl,
sisterhood.
hold on. Let me find a good seat. Let's get into
I've
it.
also had I've seen the beauty in sisterhood as well. So I just want to get into
what is sisterhood?
Sisterhood to me is knowing that you have a sister you can communicate with, rely on, and that just has a good soul.
That just has a
that
good
you
soul.
don't have to guess. Are we friends? Are we not? I don't want to guess. And I've guessed in the past.
No, the guessing games are over. We're no longer guessing.
I have my go around with friendships, especially female friendships, you know? Ooh. Because you know those girls in high school that are like, oh, I hang around the pool. Less drama.
Oh, are you the drama?
So in high school, I would definitely say I struggled with having a solid group of sisters on my side. And to go into a little story time, if you will, if you have the time. Do you have the time?
I have a minute or two.
So I was really, really good friends with this girl. I mean, we were so good. And I moved a lot in high school. I moved like 4 times. I went to 4 different schools. So I remember leaving the school where we were friends at, and like I came back because I ended up going back to that school, and things significantly changed. And that was the first time I was really heartbroken over a friendship. Yeah. And nobody talks about that.
They don't.
Because it's hard. Like a breakup is hard.
Always boys. But let's talk about your friend breaking your heart.
A friendship breakup is rough.
Yeah. It hurts the worst because it's almost like in some of these friendships, it's almost like you're not expected to have heartbreak or something. Like I'm just supposed to act like we were never friends and not be hurt by it. Like it's really questionable. But okay, so how did you recover?
It took me seeing that there are women out there that do have my best intention at heart and that do carry like the value of sisterhood.
Right.
If it didn't work out, that was God just saying, listen, I got something better for you.
Yes, exactly.
So I don't take anything as an L. I don't have any animosity about it. I just know that like, you know, it equipped me for something better.
Because it's important to know that people are going to be in your life for a season, for a reason, for a life. It is what it is.
You know, something I also got out of the mindset of is like, you know, I don't know if it was just me, but like in 2015, 2016, there was like all those trendy pictures of friend groups on Instagram, and you would be like a squad goals or something like.
Don't get caught up on the squad. Don't get caught up on the group.
But I think the beauty of it all is like, we have the squad. Like we do, but it was unintentional.
Yeah, it was unintentional.
We weren't looking for the squad.
Some squads are sketchy. It's like, are y'all a squad? But no, it's really important because I feel like depending on where you are in life also, like as much as I want to, you know, be like, ugh, the friends that I had before were toxic. It's like, well, like, you attract what you are. And I was in a different space at that time. So it's like the fallout usually happens as you're growing, and some people can't take it. Like, and it's just like, let me just leave. And it's like, no, leave. Thank you. I'm heading out.
Like that.
Exactly.
That's a really good perspective because I did have questions on like, okay, I'm moving in this different season of my life. I told you guys, you know, last episode, I went through that season of isolation. Yeah. That's when I moved to Atlanta, and I was looking around like, okay, I got what I want, but where are the friends? Where's somebody to enjoy this with? And I think it took me kind of purging out the old for me to get ready for the new.
Absolutely. And my mom always says, it's in French, but she always says, mieux vaut être seul que mal accompagné, which basically means it's better to be alone than to be like surrounded by buffoons.
Ooh.
and like poor in the spirit, like people that are not gonna do anything for you. Like you don't want a bad circle. You really just rather be alone. And it sucks when you're isolated and you see everyone having fun. But it's like, right, because these friend groups are sketchy.
We live in Atlanta.
No, this is the sketchy town of it all on the map for the sketches.
I did not understand like the concept of like smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
Until
it's a facade.
I moved to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Because you see the girls. I'm not name dropping, but the Jada Waiter type of girls. You feel me?
You do.
And you get this like impression that okay, like these are the bad D's of the city. When in reality, the souls are real crusty.
To speak on the crust is very necessary, and I think you need to just identify that if you want to, like. Don't be scared to outgrow people. Like that was so tough for me because I barely had friends. I was like, Lord, I'm gonna hold on to this one girl I got. Like, please don't let her go. And it just, things kept popping up. And it's like, I just started feeling a little uncomfortable. And just to give a little bit of background on me, like my trauma story with friendships, it was like the breakup hurt, but it was like a thank you breakup. Like we didn't fight it. We just let it be. We were like, okay, bet, we're never gonna speak again. And it was just fine, you know, like we weren't talking about the same things anymore. We weren't desiring the same things anymore. We weren't heading in the same direction. So it was kind of like, I can just let this go. And
I love that, like, you know, we're talking about sisterhood and how important it is. Yeah. But don't get that confused with like thinking you need somebody by your side for you to be okay. Because I did go through that season where it felt like I needed somebody, but in reality, again, God was prepping me for the people that I had in my life. So sometimes we hold on to friendships to simply say we've got a good sis, when in reality that's not really
the sister makes you feel bad about yourself. Like you can't show up as your authentic self. You can't be real. You know the kind of girls that dim your light.
When I say, this is when I knew things were a little bit sketchy, just on like my friendship tip, when I was around certain people and anything positive that happened in my life, they always had something negative to say about it.
Girl, I'm having a trauma response right now.
Like seriously, I think that's the teller. Like if you can't be happy for your friend, despite what you're going through, push that to the side.
And it's so obvious. It's always
it's not
obvious.
Low key at all.
But it was always weird for me because I'm such like a happy for you type of person. Like I'm ready to turn up for you right now. Like, and it's so crazy because that's what I ended up being surrounded with. And God just put me right there with girls that are the same, with sisters that are the same, which leads me like, what do you need out of a sister? Like what's like top 3 traits for a sisterhood?
Let me just say this before we get into traits.
Yeah.
I love the scripture, weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning.
In the morning.
Because when I said I wept, when I had nobody.
Jesus wept, Maya wept, we all wept.
And what I'm saying is like, God not only gave me you, but like we have a beautiful friend group.
Yeah,
like
we do.
A beautiful friend group. And that goes to show like God will do exceedingly abundantly above.
Yeah.
You're praying for one friend, God's like, just wait it out for a couple more seasons and I'm gonna give you a group of beautiful women that love you, genuinely care about you. So like, is it worth the wait?
It is always worth the wait. And in that wait, you're also like molding and becoming. Because I think I wouldn't have been able to show up how I show up in our friendship now and with our group of friends 5 years ago, because it was definitely giving negative Nancy. Y'all was gonna kick me out the group chat. So I definitely got delivered, but thank God for deliverance, right?
Thank God for deliverance. So back to our character traits. What do you think you need in a good sis for her to be your good sis?
Let's see. I feel like sincerity, honesty, number 1.
Yeah.
Like honesty.
Yeah.
Like
that goes with communication.
Yes. Because you can't be
subliminal,
like just honest communication, come out right with it. I love how direct our friend group is because we're very like right.
You can't let things like build up, you know what I mean? Like if we just address it right then and there, because at the end of the day, like having a good sis doesn't mean you're not gonna have conflict. It's healthy tension. You're going to have conflict. How do you address that conflict?
And which is why you need to also have a good soul. Because if I know you have a good soul, I can overlook the mistake that you made. I'm not thinking like, oh, she did that on purpose to spite me.
I know your intentions.
I know your intentions.
The intention of it all.
The intention of it all. So it's easier to forgive if it does happen.
I know if we ever have any type of, I would really say miscommunication, because if ever comes down to miscommunication, that's really what it comes down to. I don't think we've ever had like a big blowout or argument.
We be so quick to apologize though. I remember one time you thought you offended me. You sent me the longest paragraph like, if I made you mad, I am so sorry. I was like, girl, you're fine.
I had dreams that I made you mad and I woke up and I was like,
that makes like, that's what a good soul is. Cause some friends don't care about hurting their friends' feelings, which is so weird. Like, it's like, it's okay, I can lose a friend today instead of just apologizing. So like, good soul for sure. What's the last one? Accountability in your friend. We don't want no yes men. You can't have a yes. People really do have yes men around them.
I don't like that.
I don't like that.
I don't like that.
Very
Tell me
much
if I'm wrong. Tell me if I overstep. Tell me if I need to correct something.
We correct each other all the time. I feel like we always give each other little gems, even like in relationships. I'm like, all right now. All right now, Maya, I'm your good sis, but hold on. And you do the same for me. And it's like, I want that. I don't want someone to just like okie doke me to death. Like, please.
Because it feels like this is inauthentic. Like, I don't want you to praise everything I do. Like, I know sometimes I'm wrong. Call me out on that. Let's
with kindness now.
Yeah, with kindness. Yes. With kindness, you know, being gentle about it. But at the end of the day, like, we all are going to make mistakes, and we need somebody to be like, listen, I love you enough to tell you you need to change this. And I'm here to help you. I think that's the biggest thing. That's the thing, We're just not talking. We're like, I want to help you get better in this aspect. Let's walk this thing out.
Let's walk it out together. Honesty, communication, good soul, accountability. We got that in the bag, low key. Pat on our back.
When I say put the backpack on and start running, like seriously.
Girl, forget all those traits we just said. Jesus.
Forget all
the Lord.
Like, seriously.
No, for because we're all kind of Jesus freak.
When I think we're all Jesus.
Do you know what I was literally telling my mom the other day? I was telling her, like, if I could live in a world where like everyone was a Jesus freak, then I wouldn't worry. Like, if you could just know, like, everyone here loves Jesus. Like, even when you're going into business, everyone here loves Jesus for sure.
Right.
Like, we're gonna act that way.
Right.
Then you wouldn't be worried at all.
Yes. Yeah. And I think that is like foundation.
The backbone.
The backbone. Of our friendship, because we pray together. Like, that's a flex.
I've never had a friend pray over me the way that you have.
Vice versa.
Like, and I mean just
get you together in the closet.
It is so crazy. Those are the best friendships though, because it's so genuine. Like, what more intimate? How more intimate can you get than like
if I'm praying for you
at like, this point?
And you said something a while back that really spoke to me. You're like, you know what I love about our just friendships in general really is like, you choose each other. You have no reason to actually. I don't have to, baby. Like, I don't have to. We don't have to be friends, but we choose each other day after day. We're not related.
Nope.
We don't like. We're not dating. Like,
other than sisters in Christ.
Exactly. So it's like we choose each other every single day, and that choice is conscious. That choice, you have to make sure that you are tending and watering that friendship. We show up even when we don't want to, even when it's hard, even when we're frustrated. Like, we show up.
We celebrate others regardless of what we got going on in ourselves.
When I say we celebrate each other, we gonna celebrate. That's one thing about our friend group. That
we celebrated last year. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. The celebrations were back to back to back.
It was really the end of the year. We would celebrate. The whole thing.
It was a good vibe.
The whole year. It was a great vibe.
It was great.
So I'm just, again, I'm so happy to see my joy in the morning, because I was weeping for a while.
The night was kind of long, baby.
The night was way too long, but it is true that God restores. And when he restores, he gives you 10 times more than whatever you had before. Like, God is like, leave that in the past.
And wouldn't you say like the biggest thing like to have a friend is to be a friend? Because we all want friends, but are you a friend? Like, let's really get down to it. Like, are you a friend?
That's it. That's it right there. And I think when I am trying to show up for you and you're trying to show up for me, everything lines up how it lines up. It's not like worrying about, oh, is she gonna do this? Is she gonna do that? It's me worrying about, I'm gonna do this and knowing you're gonna do that. And we just connect.
That is the thing. Remember our friendship, we always said like we were too much in our other friendships. Like, we would always do too much. And it felt like too much. But like with us, it's like, no, that's exactly how like it's like, I'm a too much type of girl. I want the energy. Like, you have all the energy for the boys. Like, where's the energy for the girls? Like, it's just as important. You need to, I look at friendship like a relationship, but you know, without the fun play. Like, we're gonna take each other very seriously.
You say that.
I'm going to tend to your heart. I'm gonna tend to your needs. It's not, you're not just like a homegirl I text here and there. Like, you're my sister. And I gotta choose that every single day, no matter what. And then we give each other space too. Like, we're not all up in each other's, like,
because that could be another thing with friendships. Like, especially, you know, as we're growing, we've got families. Like, we're in different spaces. We can't be all on top of each other, but it's good to know our boundaries, our limits, but also showing up when we need to.
Because we survived marriage and pregnancy. People fall out when your friend like get married, get pregnant, because it's like, but I'm still in there, baby. I'm
when I say you're still in there, like, and you continue to show up for me, and I appreciate that, because that was definitely like a lot of adjusting, because I wasn't as free, I wasn't as available. You picking up new ventures, and you know, your family and all that type of stuff. You traveling, like we don't have as much time as we used to, but we make time. You make time, because I will say, like, the first time mom excuse, you have shattered that. Like, I can't even use that excuse when it's my turn, because you've showed, like, if you want to, you will. And no matter like what was going on with the pregnancy, after you had the baby, how busy you were, working, mom, wife, all of that, you still are a friend. Like, that's a flex. Aww. Your friends are lucky. Like, we're lucky for sure. Oh my gosh, the sisterhood of it all.
The sisterhood, so you know.
I think the biggest takeaway I got from this is, like, you have to be a friend before you attract the friends that you want. Yes. Be who you want. Yeah. Be who you want in a friend.
Be what you want in a friend.
That's good.
That's deep. Let's marinate on that real quick.
Let's just.
Okay, that was good. That was good. That was a good one.
I appreciate the conversation. I'm so excited for our next episode. We do have our email, right? Our email's in our description. They can send us questions. I know we haven't been able to get to our questions yet, just with like our startup, but we are super excited to really just get interactive with our viewers.
Yes, I can't wait to see what they all have to say. Please send them in, and we're gonna get into it.
We have to. All right, girl. I'll talk to you next episode.